is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
Now Golden State's starting five. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Moody is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the 5. Curry with it. Now Podziemski. Pass to Green, and it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Curry looking it over. The kick outside to Butler. Podziemski with it. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Curry, and it's good. The time running down on the shot clock.
And the lightning quick release of Curry really came in handy there.
Outside Jackson. Back to Morant. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of, can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those. He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Pass to Green. Back to Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Back to Green. Over Edey. No good off the front iron.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Here's Wells. Outside, Bane. Beyond the arc. It's good from long range. Bane's got 5 now.
Right now, they're humming along. 3 of 4 to start this game.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the Grizzlies head coach. Now, we talked about facing off against Jimmy Butler, and the coach said, you have to compete. No one in the league plays harder than Jimmy. He's a guy who gives his all on both ends, so you can't take one possession off. Jimmy Butler, truly a two-way star. Guys?
Thank you, David. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
An effective two-way threat. Have to be impressed with Bane's steady improvement year after year.
Santi Aldama's checked in for Wells. Pass to Aldama. Now Jackson. There's the triple. Kept alive. Here's Edey, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Curry finds Podziemski. Outside, Green. Curry with it to stop the run. Trains it from beyond the arc. He's got 5.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
And you look at the Grizzlies' defense the last few years, RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's against guys like this.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Kennard's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Hield's checked in. Here's Podziemski. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Here's Morant. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
He gets a lot of defensive attention, but Morant, he can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
Back to Hield, takes a 3. Edey with the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Morant surveying the D. The Warriors pull it in, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Not just forcing mistakes, but converting them into buckets on the other end. Great controlled aggression from their D in that game.
Clock at 6. Hield from outside. Aldama with the rebound. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Edey. Now Kennard. A three-pointer is right on target.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside Butler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And what I appreciate about Butler is how tough he is. This guy welcomes going into contact while shooting.
Some changes for Memphis. Huff's jacked in, and it's Jackson in for Bane. And so Butler nails both of them.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Jackson. Over Butler, and Jackson gets it to go.
This is where you want Jackson Jr. going to town. He's got a nice soft touch around the rim.
Hield outside. Left side Butler. Curry outside. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And it looks like
the previous play is under review.
Basket off in time.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
We're going to switch the call. There is no doubt in looking at the replay that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 5. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Memphis.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
We've got Luke Kennard. Jaren Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. Then it's Pippen. And it's Huff in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And here is Curry. Turned in an outstanding game against Denver. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Post has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now, here's Pippen. Still yet to score. And Aldama has it in the corner. Outside Pippen. It's rebounded by Kuminga. And And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. 4-point game. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with the win.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
This defensive game plan is easy, keeping it the same, making them change things.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. Now, here's Kennard. Jackson Davis defending. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Jackson from long range. Warriors trail by 4. And, Richard, when it comes to Jaren Jackson, there's a lot to appreciate. My goodness.
Oh, I love that he can guard 1 through 5. Really a modern defensive NBA big man. He can go back to the basket or he can face up. He doesn't need the ball to make a huge impact.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Shot by Hield, nobody around. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Elite from three-point land. Buddy Hield, whenever he lets it fly, you think it's going in.
Pippen, the pass to Huff. Back to Pippen. Jackson with it. Pass to Pippen. Here's Kennard. Jackson setting the pick here for Kennard. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. There's Kuminga, and Kuminga throws it down.
And Curry isn't just a lights-out scorer. He's also efficient at moving the ball and getting it to his teammates.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Tipped away. Morant with the steal. In the corner, it's Bane. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And Green gets it to go.
Look at how effectively Green uses his body, disrupting the defense with the screen and making some room for himself.
Outside, Bane. Wells with it. Last game he had 13. Jackson misses. Butler against Bane. And Butler, here we go. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Signature move by Butler. He's a slasher by nature. Really goes hard to the cup.
Curry against Morant. Draymond Green grabs the miss.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Here's Curry. Misses the wing jab. Last outing for Memphis. They won that game against the Heat. Wells dishes to Morant. The Warriors pull it in. Butler with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Butler on the attack.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Pass to Wells on the wing. Bane. Outside Jackson for 3. Score the basket. Good shot after missing his first attempt.
Not just a scorer, Bane is willing to set up others and does a very good job of it.
Now Podziemski. 26 points for him last game against Denver.
And I love what he's been able to do on the glass, securing some extra possessions for his team.
Memphis has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
For Memphis, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Edey's checked in for Memphis. Jackson comes in for Jackson. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Butler. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Outside, Green. Pass to Hield. Takes the 3. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Grizzlies out in front, up by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by court. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
New York came away with the win against the Hawks in Atlanta. That's a bounce-back win for them after a loss their last time out.
And that one...
So let's move on now to this Grizzlies game, which has turned out to be a tight one.
Depth has been the key for them so far.
That'll do it for our show tonight.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Moody in at the 3 slot. Morant with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Bane kicks to Morant. Pass to Wells. Memphis moving it around. 5 to shoot. Nice move. And it's Morant missing. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Spins outside for Curry. Butler feeling out of it. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Jackson's got 6.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
And here is Butler. He has 6. Green passes to Butler. To the inside, Curry. They kick it out to Green. Drills the 3-pointer. He has 5.
Mr. Reliable, you can count on Green to show up every night.
Morant passes to Bane. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Shot on the wing. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Butler. Curry's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. Take a look at the Warriors. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, the Memphis Grizzlies. They're 6th in the conference.
And seeing where the Warriors are, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
From here on out is just about putting in the work, coming to every game ready to compete, and never giving less than your best.
On the wing, Bane. He has 6.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting 1 of the past 4 shots to fall.
Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense. But what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the three ball, stretching the floor, allowing for more space for his shooters.
Payton for three. They get it back. Here's Edey. They need this. He takes it up and lays it in. Edey's got his second basket.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
And he gets it back. Butler finds Green. Podziemski with it. Goes back up. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 7th assist in the game. Pass to Wells. Here's Edey. Jackson looking around. Oh, good on the triple. Warriors leading by 5. Podziemski with it. Outside, Green. Green with a screen on Morant. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now, here's Wells. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Morant's got 6 points.
Can't lay off of Morant. When he's roaming around that mid-range area, you know he's ready to lock in.
Now, Podziemski. 1:39 left in the third quarter. It's Curry outside. Curry! Oh, what else is new?
Such a quick release. As soon as the ball touches his hands, it's gone.
Inside, Butler with the steal. And Stephen Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
Santi Aldama's checked in for the Grizzlies. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Some changes for Memphis. Ruff's jacked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Bane. And Golden State also making a change. Spencer's checked in. Here's Kennard. 5 points in the game. And the call will go against Jonathan Kuminga. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Here's the three. Hits the three-point bomb. 8 points for him.
You don't expect this from Jackson Jr. He catches them by surprise by passing it.
52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Post. Now Hield. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Morant with the rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Kennard.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
To the paint. And Post gets it to go. Post has got 5.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Morant. He's got 6. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Warriors lead by 3. And coming up as soon as we return from... Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Pippen is out there with Desmond Bain. Then it's Santi Aldama. Then there's Wells. And it's Huff in at the center. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
And late in games, throw out those analytics. Give me the mid-range. The shot, it just works.
Curry with the bucket.
What focus from Curry on offense so far, doing everything he can to provide a lift for his squad.
Pippen against Curry. Pippen, the pass to Aldama. Bain looking around. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Just another day in the office for Mr. Bain.
And here is Curry. Pass to Kuminga. Healed from outside. Hits it from three-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now Bain, covered by Hield. Huff passes to Aldama. Pippen sets a screen for Bain. And he makes good on the layup. Bain's got 5 points in the quarter.
Powerful move by a power guard. Bain.
Up top, Curry. Here's Post. Defended by Pippen. Curry. Outside, Kuminga. And Curry has it in the corner. Stolen by Pippen. Wells with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Offside, Pippen to take the lead. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Second personal foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Oh, they're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their three-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
Podziemski, he's checked in for the Warriors. Pass to Post. Now here's Curry from downtown, and another three for Golden State.
And with that three, his second of the half, he equaled his total from before the break.
The Grizzlies call timeout. Baines checked in for Pippen. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Memphis' head coach had some words for the team during the break. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thanks so much, David. Morant dishes to Jackson. Wants to get it to Morant and does.
Get this man the ball and he will make something happen. Morant rises to the occasion, man.
Butler sees a gap and drives in.
And you can see the leadership there that Butler possesses, commanding the rock on important possessions here down the stretch.
Here's Morant. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
That's good from Morant.
You know, John Morant's such a dynamic guard. His combination of speed and creativity, that makes for some tough matchups.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pass to Curry from outside the arc. And Desmond Bain pulls it down. And so it's Bain who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. Jackson with it. Here's Morant. A miss that time would have put him up.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Moody with it. Pass to Curry. 18 feet out, and he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Curry's got 7 points here in this quarter. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Morant. A shot off that time. Great D that time from Green. There's the drive. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal foul. First team. Shooting for Golden State. Kuzminski taking 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead. For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And there's the call on Curry. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
.122 left in the fourth.
That's where Green makes his biggest impact. He is a menace defensively.
Golden State moving it around. Butler against Jackson. Count it!
And when things are tight, Butler just seems to step his game up. Tremendous score here in the clutch.
Curry against Morant. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Massive points from Morant, willing to take the big shot.
Pass to Podziemski. Outside, Green. And here is Curry. Nailed from three-point land. Curry's got the lead up to 6 now for the Warriors.
Once again, Curry, this man has made a living out of big shots like this one.
But Grizzlies call timeout. Down low, defended by Butler. Here's Morant. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
The team-first mindset of Jackson, willing to get the ball to his open guys.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Second team. Shooting for Golden State. Stephen.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
There's still a sliver of hope.
We've seen teams come back from this before. Smart to take the timeout and get everybody focused on exactly what needs to be done.
It's money from deep.
This team trusts Bane, and he comes through.
There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
Edey got it.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game. 7 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Jackson from long range hits the three.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Draymond. When you look at the stat sheet and why things work tonight, what are you looking at the most?
Turnovers. That's the key to the game. Look at turnovers and how many free throws they shot. They weren't able to set their defense. We didn't turn the ball over. We were able to set ours. Those are the two things I look at.
Certainly sounds like the foundation to victory, man. Congrats again. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Stephen Curry.